Hello everybody and welcome to my second VBA 2010 tutorial, and this tutorial is going to show you how to use the range method. So this is just going to be one of the basic methods that you're going to use quite a lot, and it's just going to allow you to point towards one of the ranges within your sheet. So when I say a range, I mean either one cell or a set of cells. And if you've used Excel before, you know what ranges are. If you don't, then watch my beginner Excel tutorials that will tell you how to select ranges. But if we just go into our code, so let's just switch back over by again pressing Alt and F11, and we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to try and get you guys into the habit of some good practice straight away. So rather than getting rid of this, all I'm going to do is just comment it out. So if you just put in an apostrophe like this, and then it will turn green, that line will turn green. And that just means it's not going to run. All it is a comment. So just above it, I'm just going to go removed message box, and that's going to be it. So it's really important that you put comments in your code, not just for other people. Obviously it's very useful when other people are trying to read your code so they understand it, but I quite often find if I've spent a long time away from a program and I haven't put codes in it, then I come back to it and I have absolutely no idea what's going on, even if I've written it myself. So it's just good to fill in your code with a lot of comments, and also if you're going to be deleting stuff, then don't actually delete it most of the time, because you'll probably find out that you want to put it back in later. So just comment it out by putting a apostrophe at the start of the line. So then let's start our new code. So we're going to write. I'm going to reference this cell here. So this cell is called A1. So to start off with, we need to say whereabouts that cell is. So this cell is in this workbook here. So there's several ways of referencing that workbook. The one I'm going to use is called this workbook. So we're starting right at the very top, nearly. We are going to look at within the workbook. Then where in the workbook we're going to look? There's several places we can look at. There's sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So I'm going to look at sheet 1. So we're going to put a dot to say it's a object within this object, and then sheets, and you'll notice that it comes up with a prompt for you, so you can just double click that, then open bracket, and then as the index we can just put in the name of the sheet. And so I've put sheet 1. We then want to reference the range within the sheet, so we then put another dot and then range, and again open brackets. So you notice that on these ones I'm using open brackets. On the first one I didn't need to, and that's because this workbook, it's always going to reference the workbook that you've written the code in. So what if you copy and paste this into a different Excel book, it's going to work on that one as well, and this is the one that I generally use most of the time. As we go through, I'll show you other ways of referencing workbooks. So we need to then write our range, so we want A1, and remember it's important to put it in the speech marks, because otherwise it's going to think it's a variable. And then that's all good. We've told it we're looking at this range, but then what do we want to do with that? Well, I'm going to change the value, so I'm going to put a dot and then value. And this just gives us access to the value now, so we can put this equals, and I'm going to put it equals to the value of A1, and again I've put it in speech marks, so I'm just putting some text into it and I'm putting that in there, and then That's it. That's our line of code. So now I'm going to run this. Say Alt F11, switch back to other screen. I press Alt F8, and I'm going to run our macro. Run. And the value of A1 has now changed to the value of A1. You can do this, say, if you want to put in the value of B1. We'll just go back into here and go to the value of B1. And if we run this now, then the value of B1 is now the value of A1, except obviously it's the value of B1. So that's how you reference one cell. Now, what if we want to reference multiple cells? So I want to change the value of these three cells here, say A5 through to C5. Well, that's simple again. We just reference it the same way we would in a normal Excel formula. So A5 through to C5, and this time I'm just going to put a number in, so 15. And I'm going to go back in here, press Alt F8, and run. And it's made all of the cells in that range equal to 15. You'll notice that with this one, I haven't put the 15 in speech marks. That's because with numbers, you don't want to be doing that. With text, you always put speech marks, but with numbers, you leave them out. Lastly, we don't actually have to put a number here. We can take this again, so just copy this side and paste it over here, and then we're going to make it equal to A4 to C4. So this is going to take whatever we put in A4 to C4, and it's going to put it, or what this is known as assignment operator, it's going to assign it into this range. So let's play this now. Alt and F8, run. And you'll notice that the information here has disappeared. So it's overwritten what's in these cells, instead it's assigned them the value of what's in these cells. These cells are blank, so it's assigned them no value at all. So that's it for ranges. In the next tutorial I'm going to show you a slightly different way of referencing your cells that can be a little bit more useful. So thanks for listening. If you want to check out all of my tutorials, then please subscribe, and I hope to catch you again soon.